During a routine coastal patrol, guards spotted an unusual blue vessel drifting far offshore. It barely registered at first, a blur on the horizon. But as they neared, confusion set in. The boat didn't show up on radar, blending almost perfectly with the sea due to its metallic blue hue. Despite repeated calls for the occupant to respond, the vessel remained eerily silent. Attempting to tow it, the guards were shocked when their own boat started moving instead. Curious and concerned, two guards, Brendan and John, boarded the mysterious craft. Its small windows were too dark to see through, so they opened the top hatch, revealing a narrow staircase into darkness. Descending into the boat with a flashlight, Brendan and John found a surprisingly bare interior, aged metal, and a neglected control console. Suddenly, the hatch slammed shut, cutting them off from the team above. Then the boat began to vibrate violently, descending into the sea. This isn't a boat, it's a submarine, Brendan realized. With no water leaking inside, it was clear they weren't sinking, it was moving intentionally. After a long descent, the sub began to rise again. Just as light poured in from above, the hatch reopened and three unknown men entered. The two Coast Guards, hidden behind the console, watched in silence as the intruders opened a sealed compartment and began hauling heavy packages out of the submarine. Once the men left, Brendan and John escaped through the open hatch. But instead of open sea, they emerged beneath a massive oil rig-like platform floating on four massive pillars. Climbing up, they found a bustling deck, not with oil workers, but with individuals moving crates and equipment. Staying hidden, the guards watched a suited man, clearly the leader, oversee a delivery. Boxes from the sub were opened, revealing bricks of cash and powdered drugs. It was an elaborate smuggling operation using a radar-invisible submarine to transport narcotics beneath the ocean's surface. Now stranded on an illegal floating fortress, Brendan and John faced a grim reality. Armed with only their wits and what they'd seen, they knew they had to find a way to report this. The scale of the operation was unlike anything they'd encountered. What began as a routine inspection had become a harrowing plunge into the heart of a sophisticated criminal enterprise. With nowhere to run and no help in sight, their only option was to stay hidden and hope for a chance to expose it all. Just as Brendan and John debated their next move, a low hum echoed across the platform. Another submarine was surfacing nearby. Realizing this operation might be even larger than they feared, they ducked back behind the containers. Brendan quietly activated the emergency signal on his watch, one last-ditch tool meant for absolute emergencies. It was a long shot, but it might reach the Coast Guard command. As the two men waited, hearts pounding, the platform continued to buzz with illegal activity. They weren't sure if help would arrive in time, but one thing was certain: if they made it out alive, the world would finally know the truth about the blue boat that should never have existed.